7th segment of the Trust Me Halloween special. You're nearing the final leg of your journey to find this series' champion. But first, you'll have to navigate the maze of Jacky's story of Bubbles' sex mimes.
After a Halloween party, I was invited to a famous person's hotel room.
Whose?
It was one of the Trailer Park Boys. That's famous, right?
I think it was.
Oh my God!
It was Bubbles.
Jesus, Jacky! I just wanted to come back to your hotel room to see your cats, and the next thing you know, she was trying to kiss me, and I just had to freak out, and I just had to get the hell out of there.
It actually was Bubbles.
Did he put on the mask of the green bastard?
Actually, when I got to the hotel room...
Oh, you went?
That's awesome.
That saved so many questions right there.
I actually didn't recognize him.
Oh, because he wasn't in character.
Yeah, well, he didn't have like the pop bottle glasses on, so he just looked like a regular guy.
Do you have children?
Well, I do now.
From Bubbles?
No.
You've got Trailer Park Boys.
I got Trailer Park Boy, at least one that I know of.
Really? Your son's not really.
No.
What was the nature of this Halloween party? Was he just at a party at a place you already were, or what was going on?
I'm from Edmonton, and there was some big bash every year. And yeah, they just had this big party, and he just happened to be in town for it.
Was he someone dressed like Bubbles, the celebrity, or was it actually Bubbles, the celebrity?
Was it Cam dressed as Bubbles doing that?
Does Cam have a kid somewhere now that he needs to pay for?
I feel like if I had showed up to the hotel room and Cam was behind the door and like did the Bubbles voice and said, "Good morning, Jacky," I think I'd go into the hotel room. You know?
Oh, Jacqueline.
Was there anyone else in the hotel room?
There was actually 2 girls dressed as mimes in various states of undress, and they were kind of like posed weird, like not even really covering anything up, you know, and they just had this look on their face like, get me out of here.
They call the police?
Maybe the look on their face was like, you know what, we don't really need a third, you know.
At first, you were concerned about their welfare. You're calling the police.
You're like, this is going to blow our orgy up.
How did you exit the room? How did you get out of the situation?
I was actually pushed out of the room.
By a mime?
Through a window?
By a topless mime.
No, the mimes didn't move. They just kind of stayed like posed, like in a weird, like they're trapped in a box, like a sex box.
I want to know. You have to describe a sex box after this, because that sounds fun.
I wasn't alone when I went. This guy came into the bar when I was closing the bar, and he was like, "We gotta go. I know where Bubbles' hotel room is." We hopped in a car, but before we left, we grabbed a pumpkin because apparently Bubbles likes pumpkins. And we brought it to the room, and when we got there, the guy walked in and then said, "Thank you very much. We don't really want to disturb you," and then pushed me out. I was like a slutty fairy.
No.
Yeah, no, I was. No. He was just like kind of eyeing me up and down, and my boss was there with me actually, and he pushed me out and he said, "Thank you, we didn't want to disturb you. It's okay." Took me downstairs and then told me what was going on.
I just listened to your story and I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm actually more confused than I was when we started, but that's a great place to start asking if people believe this story or not. Tara, what do you think? What do you think? Was Jacky invited after Halloween party to the hotel room of a famous somebody?
That ended with just one giant question. What the hell was going on?
Mimes.
Mimes. Sex box mimes.
Sex box
Topless
mimes.
sex mimes.
What do you think, sex mimes, Sarah?
So strange. God, I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds like she wasn't invited so much as another guy there just happened to know where he was and she went with him. That's kind of
Sounds like he wanted to have the sex party with the weird mimes and bubbles and pushed her out.
Cam, so do you think that she was invited to a hotel room after a Halloween party?
Had it been any other celebrity, I would say that this is a lie. But because it was Bubbles, I do believe that this is a true story. Although I do believe there was intoxication involved, and some of the facts are skewed, not intentionally.
All right. How about you, Alex? What do you think?
Well, I'm going to have to pull from my ruin.
I can't wait for my second time. I'm going to have props.
You're going to have it all figured out by then. We might have it figured out by then.
This one's a fish, and that generally means you're telling a tale. However,
fishy tale?
When the fish is above water, it means the truth. And side note, I actually used to work at a bar and got drunk with the Trailer Park Boys. And so it's very, very, very possible. And I believe it.
I like your logic.
Jacqueline, what's the truth? Did you, in fact, get invited back to Bubbles' hotel room after a Halloween party?
I did, but I didn't get invited by Bubbles.
Were there really mimes?
There was really.
Were they really like sex mimes?
They were sex mimes.
Tell us
Sex
more.
mom, sex mom, here's a sex mom.
Well, turns out that the story of Bubbles' sex mimes is true. And perhaps even crazier than that, everyone in the panel believed it. So Jacky loses her tie for the lead. Assuming Tom Jones or Bubbles or someone else doesn't send us a cease and desist letter, we'll be back with one more regular segment before the boning round. That is to say, bonus round, where Cam will tell us about the most traumatizing experience he ever had on Halloween. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and all that other stuff so you don't miss a single segment of Trust Me.